Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. I really ain't got a crackhead update, but I got an update on the car date lady. I went to Baylor Hospital doing visiting hours. They allowed me to visit her because there's a nurse living in this complex. She's RN at Baylor, so she hooked me up before I could get in. I took the car date lady her iPhone. It was unlocked. I kept her phone. It was just laying there in the parking lot. Anyway, she wanted me to call. She barely could get it out. She said, call my sister. I can understand that much. So I had to go through her contacts and locate her sister. She lives in California, Cupertino, California. So I called this lady. Man, this lady talked flying or something going to me. I told her, I said, well, she said, what do you got to do with this? I said, well, I seen her fall out in the parking lot, and I live on the first floor, so I climbed over my patio and went to check on her. Me and her talked from time to time. She said, well, she ain't never sent me no money or helped me out. All I can do is pray for her. I'm not going to spend my hard-earned money flying down to Texas. She want me to come visit her, tell her to pay for my airfare and my hotel. And I told her what her sister said. I really didn't want to get involved in no family matter. And she told me, she's talking. She hooked up to an EKG machine. They got an IV running in her arm. And she don't look like she's going to have no side effects. You know, I know what to do with a stroke, but I didn't have no nitroglycerin pill. You can give them baby aspirin. I ain't have access to none of that. So, but the ambulance made it here fast and hell, and Baylor Hospital is only about 5 blocks from here. And she wanted me to bring her Maserati up to the hospital so she'll have her way home. She said she don't want to ride in a taxi. I told her when she get released from the hospital, just call me, and I'll drive her home. I mean, this lady, she real nice. That's an expensive Maserati. She asked me, she gave me the keys. It's in my purse. She said, go in my purse and get the car. I said, no, I got a car. I don't want to be responsible for your car. She said, well, you got a driver license. She said, I got insurance, so don't worry about it. But I wouldn't take her keys. I don't need her car. But I will go pick her up whenever they release her from the hospital. That's my car date lady update. Y'all had somebody in the comment section once asked me about a guy that was at East Ham unit, the strongest man in Texas prison. His name was Jimmy Lampkin. He was an inmate guard, a building tender. You can use those terms interchangeably at the East Ham unit. Now, I never seen this guy assault no one. This is a huge dude. His arms is big as my waist. That's how big this man's arms is. And the largest shirt they make is a 5X. But East Ham has a garment factory where they make clothes. So they made him a special shirt. And he still couldn't tuck his shirt in. His chest is too big. I'm talking small waist, huge chest. This guy is huge. Now, I've never seen him assault no one. I saw him and the guy have some words once. This was a big guy. He not big as Lampkin. This guy is all muscle. And he hit the guy and his whole eyeball popped out. That's the only time I ever seen him get in any type of conflict with an inmate. Normally, this guy is so huge. Back in the day, when they had inmate guards, they didn't allow all that noise and slamming dominoes and talking loud. They didn't allow none of that kind of crap going on. The day room get a little bit too loud. He would come up to the bars and say, all right, fellas, y'all hold it down. And most people going to do what this man say, because, you know, he don't need no rat pack. You can't do nothing with him head up. Ain't nothing you can do with this big ass dude. Nothing. Now, a lot of times when the white inmate guard's beating somebody down with an iron pipe, in some situation, he would go get them off of them. They never stood up on him. He'd be going up to say, hey, that's enough, and they'd leave you alone. But once they laid in mean we don't go to work. And they had these people from some weightlifting federation, Chinese, Russian, all type of people in their gym. And they wanted him to break the world record in the deadlift. Now they cheated on him because he's a prison inmate. He had 35 year sentence. A cop was trying to arrest him, and he jerked from the cop because his arms is too big. No handcuffs won't fit on him. They got to use leg irons. Handcuffs will not fit this guy. He'll break a set of handcuffs like it ain't nothing. And he slammed his law up against the car, and it killed him. They gave him 35 years for that. Now, we was in the gym looking at him. They wouldn't give him the world record. They say because when he picked all that weights up, he didn't lock. You got to pick it up and lock. Then you drop it. They say he didn't do that. So they wouldn't give it to him. So they came back 6 months later. And at the time, the warden at Eastham was Warden Turner. You've heard me speak of Captain Bad. Well, this Captain Bad's brother. That's Captain Bad named Turner. This is his brother. Now, he decent compared to Captain Bad. You know, the system was brutal. He just as brutal as the rest of them, but he not aggressive like Captain Bad was. Captain Bad is totally aggressive. He on the same level with old Lord, just like it. Only thing bad, he don't shoot you. He just beat you up. Well, anyway, 6 months later, all these people came back to Eastham to look at it, give him a second shot at it. Now, Warden Turner was up on the stage with him, talking to him. He was turned around, facing the back of the gym. And we all sitting out in the audience looking. And they checked the weights and all this. And Warden Turner was talking to him. Finally, he said, "You ready, Jimmy?" He told him, he nodded his head. Man, that dude picked those weights up and locked back. He was talking to him. "Is this good enough? This good enough?" They would tell him, drop it, think he gonna hurt himself. He just threw that shit. And that was 700 and some pounds. I said, man, look at this dude here. Now, he got out of prison, made parole. Stephen F. Austin University in Nacogdoches, Texas. They hired him as a strength coach. Now, one of my subscribers said he's a minister in Timpson, Texas now. But at first, he had got a job with Stephen F. Austin. Now, and again, I've spoken on Wildcat quite a bit, and this was 1977. Hurricane Anita was threatening the Gulf Coast, and we was at the end, almost at the end of the cotton season. Still was a lot of cotton left. And they didn't want that cotton crop to be destroyed. That's how Texas prison made their money. They made a lot of money off that cotton. And that's how all the inmate clothes, the sheets, and that's what it's made out of, the cotton that the prison produce. It goes to the textile mill made in the cloth and it's sent out to garment factories, and they make it into clothes, towels, sheets, underwear, socks, guards uniforms. Well, anyway, Cat came out, and we was all working. We in the cotton, and he told all the guards to bring us close in as we possibly can. And he stood up on top of the warden's car. He said, "I'm gonna have to ask you men something. Y'all ain't got to do it." He didn't want to cause no mutiny. He didn't want to do that. But what he was asking, it would have caused a major problem. But he made a hell of a deal with the inmates. He said, "I'm going to ask you men." He said, "That rain is coming. It's going to destroy the rest of this cotton. They got 3 cotton picker machines out there with us, and then they got human cotton pickers. And he said, I'm going to ask you men to stay out here and get all this cotton in, no matter how long it take. He said, I'll give you 2 weeks off. He said, I'll open the whole prison up. You can do anything you want to do except go home. He said, anything you want to do, it's all right with me. He said, I'm going to feed you good. He said, but y'all got to stay out here and get this cotton in. Man, we already went out at 6 o'clock in the morning. And we didn't come in for lunch. They brought the lunch to the fields and fed us outside. So they came out and fed us supper. Man, I'm talking about, we were tired, man. Now I know what catching 2nd, 3rd, and 4th wind, I know what that feel like. Man, it got dark. They went and got all the tractors, all the trucks, and turned the lights on. Plus the cotton picking machines, it got lights on the cotton picking machine. And they surrounded the cotton patch with all these lights. Man, we worked until 1 o'clock in the morning. And them guards were so tired and sleepy. They about to fall off the horse. They steady bringing them coffee, bringing them sandwiches and stuff. Inmates ain't getting nothing. All we drinking is water. And back in the day, they didn't give you cold water. Them guys would have died of cramps. Hard as we worked, they couldn't have gave you no cold water. It'd have been a wrap for you. You'd have had cramps scroked out in the fields in that hot sun. But anyway, it was about 1:20 when we loaded up on the trailers. Going back to the building, headed back to the prison. Now we got a shower, then we got to go eat. Man, we were so tired. Guys in that shower, man, they were just going in that water, just falling out in there. Guy was tired, man. Dude was steady being dragged out of the shower, tired, falling out. Some people couldn't get off the trailer. They're too tired, man. And he did just what he said. He opened up the whole prison. You could go to any cell block. You could walk down the hallway drinking wine. They kept the bands jamming in the gym. They got a Tacano band, country and western, a rock and roll band, a jazz band, R&B, a blues band. You go in there and listen, and any one of you won't stay in the gym all night long. They left the whole prison open all night. He gave us 2 weeks off, just like he said. He gave the guards 1 week off. That's with pay. But these guys is so used to working at a prison, they come in with their jeans and t-shirt on, just walk around, eating in the officer's dining room. They live in these little small towns, ain't got, all they know is prison. Been working there. On some of them, that's the only job they ever had was a prison. But anyway, when we got off the trailers at the back gate, and Red Ryder counted us in. I'm in one hole. We the first squad in. And old Lord said, he was standing there waiting on Red Ryder to get his count sheet ready. And he said, God will pay you men in heaven for your hard work. He said, while you men were working, he said, I talked to my Father in heaven. Let all you niggas go to heaven. Every one of y'all in one hole going to heaven. Because y'all some working son of bitches. Y'all going to heaven. He said, now the rest of these things, they ain't going nowhere. Because they ain't work good enough. Now y'all work. That's all y'all do is work. Say, boy, we were tired. Boy, I'm talking about I was young. I was tired. And they talking about go eat. I come out of the shower. Man, I headed to the cell block. To hell with that chow hall. I'm not going in no chow hall. But Cat kept it 100 with us. Came around and gave us Johnnies with steak in it. Steak sandwiches on a Johnny. Not no peanut butter and jelly and no bologna. No, we got steak Johnnies with french fries in it. And cake. Man, well, we earned it. That's why, even though this man was brutal, a lot of guys give him respect. Whatever you got from him, you had to earn it. And he believed in giving you a lot of privileges. That no modern warden, they don't give no privileges like that, like this man would. He gonna keep some activity going on in the gym. You ain't gotta stay in your cell block. They didn't have a craft shop at Ramsey. You do all your craft work in your cell. You got these sharp leather knives, hammers, all type of weapons in your cell. That's why I always be saying at Ramsey unit, you didn't have to let no inmate mess over you. Man, you got a weapon that's easy to get. It's easy to get a weapon there. Weapons all around you. So how you gonna let a man do you any kind of way? You could just get the cigarette butt can, what we call butt can, and get one of those and crack a fool's head over with. I done did it before. It was weapons all around you. You go in the chow hall, the pitchers made out of stainless steel. The trays made out of stainless steel. But he gave you a lot of privileges. One thing about it, you was going to work. He didn't believe in nobody taking off from work. You was going to work if you was at that prison. And you going to put in a day's work every day, except Saturday and Sunday. Follow me over on Patreon. The link is in the description. Y'all done got back to slacking on my likes. My last video ain't getting no likes. I need my likes. It don't cost you nothing. One guy said, this shank won't do good against a gun. It'll do good. It'll work efficiently against a gun. If you don't never know the other person got a weapon, you'd be surprised when a guy get close to you and just act normal and walk up and disembowel your ass. So I've seen a lot of people die. They still got the gun with them. They ain't doing no good. I'm just talking in my last video. A lady, she get robbed up at the 7-Eleven on Ross Avenue. She had a gun. It ain't doing no good. The guy knocked her ass out and still got the money and the gun. So you got to get to it to use it first. Y'all like and subscribe, and I thank you for watching.